Can anybody hear me yet? Let me know if you can hear me. What, you can hear me now? Oh, no way. Oh, bloody hell. One sec. What, you can hear me now? Oh my god, you can actually hear me. Okay. Oh, nice. So this is the first time I've managed to get my streaming working in about, oh god, 4 years? 3 years? I don't know. Wow, that means we can live stream again. This is insane. So, yeah, I thought I'd come and say hello to everyone. It's been a while. But yeah, this is awesome. So, what do I plan on doing today? That is the question. Right, and I've been playing a bit of the Warhammer 40k mod for Men of War Assault Squad 2, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool, right, if we made like a little Warhammer series? So, I think I'm going to go ahead and make a little battle map. And I've always wanted a Warhammer 40k Total War. You know, we always have to make do with the Age of Sigmar, don't we? With the Total War games. They're pretty awesome, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it'd be nice if we had a 40k version. So, who better to make it than me in Men of War Assault Squad 2, really? So, I guess I'm just going to stream. I mean, I don't really know how many viewers we're going to get. It's been that long. I don't expect many viewers. I mean, the channel's been on a bit of a decline lately. Don't know what it is, but I think it's personally something to do with the Ukrainian war. I think YouTube sort of just stopped pushing out any kind of war content or anything related to it, so my videos just aren't really getting recommended these days, which is kind of a pain in the arse, to be honest. But how is everyone anyway? Let's have a look at some of the comments. So, Ghostly Al, Becky, hello. How's it? How's it? I can't even speak. How's it going, everyone? It's good that you can hear me. It's really good that you can hear me, actually. The Great Battle, not welcome. Infernos, hello, my friend. It's been a long time since we've streamed, but yeah, Daily is on the decline too. I think Men of War as a whole is just not being searched that much. I think I've been doing a bit of research lately on Google Trends and Google AdWords and all of those kind of, you know, keyword research tools online, and Men of War's not even showing up, you know. It's I think it's getting, well, it is showing up, but it gets like 1 to 10,000. I think it's 1 to 1,000 searches per month. So I can imagine that's not quite good if you want to try and get views on YouTube. If no one's searching it, no one's going to find it, really, are they? So I don't know. Maybe it's just a bad time for us Men of War creators. Welcome, Skeggy Gamer. He's trying to build up his YouTube channel at the moment. I've been helping him, so be sure to go and show your support. Hello, big bro. How have you been? Not heard from you in a while. We had about a message on Snapchat the other day. Yes. Everyone is switching to Gates of Hell, but even Gates of Hell isn't doing all that good. I mean, the top games being played at the moment globally is games like a Counter-Strike, for example. I know that has like 1 million players per day or some crap like that. And then you've got, what other games is there? Then you've got like Apex Legends, Fortnite. But we're not that kind of YouTube channel, are we? We're like a battle simulation YouTube channel. Do you know what? I don't even know what we are anymore. What is this channel? What are we? Are we battle simulations? Are we Army Men of War? You know, it's hard to put a label on what we do on this channel. As you guys can see, I've moved away from the mainstream Army Men of War story, because I thought maybe you guys were getting bored of it or something, but I did a poll, I think like 3-4 days ago, and it was just full of people saying we want the mainstream Army Men of War story back. But I don't know, I mean I could bring it back, but it'd be nice if we could find something new, to be honest, because it'd be nice to turn this channel into what it used to be. We are an amazing channel, aren't we? Irish Duck. We've done well. We've been on the channel now for 7 years, something like that. To 2000 and I think it's 2016 I started this channel, and I know I've been disappearing quite a lot due to real life and stuff. You know, 9-to-5 jobs and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's been a long journey, and we have got to 75,000 subscribers. I think we've got over 18 million views across the channel. And I think we've just peaked, I think we've just hit the limit. If there's a ceiling on Army Men content, I think we've hit it. definitely. I'm just so glad that I can stream again. Like, there's just no filter, you know. I can just talk like a normal person, to be honest, rather than doing all of that. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Warhammer of War. I feel sometimes like it's acted, you know. I feel like I'm not myself all the time. So it'd be nice just to be myself. So Irish Duck, you've been watching for 7 years. Yeah, crazy, dude. I mean, we started off with Star Wars content, didn't we? And then we worked our way up to Army Men of War, did really well with that. And I have tried to branch out into some indie titles as well. Like, you know, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. All of those games that a lot of YouTubers play and get a lot of views on. But it doesn't really do well on my channel. Any indie titles don't really pop off. I think the main things on this channel which do well is things like, well, we can see really, you know, it's like War of the Worlds. That did really well for a short period of time. Oh, see you later, Infernos. You know, Army Men of War did really well for it back in 2018. Cepheus Protocol, I know some of you guys enjoyed that as well. But overall, I can't pump out any War of the Worlds content anymore. For some reason, those mods aren't working for me, which is a damn shame because I love that mod. I know we're talking about starting up a GoFundMe as well for a Terminator mod. We're using this same mod that we're using now, actually. And we was going to commission the Warhammer 40k team to make us a really cool Terminator mod, which I think would work really well in this game. But yeah, so I think Warhammer, I think, is probably on the agenda. We're going to do some more videos on our new Army Men mod, if you guys like that. And I think we're also going to be pumping out some other genres, just to see what works, what doesn't work. You know, what you guys don't enjoy, I won't really play that much. That's why, like, on my channel, it's like 90% tests. Every video that we do is pretty much a test, just to see what you guys like and what you don't like. And if it doesn't get the views and people aren't watching it for that long, there's no point in doing it again, really, is there? Which is a shame, because I know some of you guys really do enjoy it. I mean, it happened with the Mafia series, didn't it, really? I mean, I think I must have put, like, weeks into that one video, and it just didn't do well. It really just didn't do well at all. I think YouTube can be very unrewarding sometimes. So, the Irish Duck, Mighty, I would love a Bannerlord episode. So, I do like Bannerlord. I'm quite good at it as well. I like to work my way up and become a millionaire as a merchant or something. But it's one of those long-winded games, isn't it? And it's one of those games where I could play it for like 5 hours, and then I'd have to spend another 5 hours editing it just to make it into a 10-minute video. So that's the problem, you see. But I don't mind doing that, you know, if the content's somewhat good. But I don't know, maybe we could try some Bannerlord in the future. That'd be pretty cool. But I think what we're going to do is we're definitely going to be streaming more. I don't know why, but I must have pressed a button or something and it just stopped me from being able to stream for such a long time. So this is crazy. I don't even think we've got a thumbnail on this, have we? I think I've just sort of pressed record or press stream, and I've not done any of the thumbnails or anything, so probably doesn't match up. Skeggy Gamer, you've hit 51 subs. Congrats, man. That's good. That's really good. You know, I've been stuck at 75,000 subs now for about 2 years, I think. Well, so between 70 and 75,000. We're growing. I think at the moment we're growing the channel at around 1,000 to 2,000 subs a year, which I'm grateful. You know, it's good. But in comparison to 2018, the channel was growing like, oh god, like 30, 40, 50,000 subs a year. But it'd be nice to get to that 100k. I've got a space on my wall for it, you see. I can't wait. One day we're going to hit it. I don't care if I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. You know, even if it means just uploading on the weekends when I'm like 60-year-old or something. You know, but we're definitely going to get to 100k eventually. I've worked too hard for this. I've worked too damn hard over the years. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Even if I'm getting like 10 views a video, I'm still going to be uploading. I just don't care. I enjoy it too much. Let's have a look at the other comments. You remember when it used to be Star Wars? Yep, Star Wars was what we started on. It was a pretty cool. Well, I didn't even mean to upload videos back then. That was just me sort of showcasing my work to the Galaxy at War developers, and I had to make a channel so I could like send them links, and I guess it just sort of blew up. It's how I picked the name as well, Mighty Mapper. It sort of just fell on me. I couldn't use any other username. I think Mighty Mapper was already taken, so I just added like a 1, 2, 3 on the end. But yeah, I sort of got stuck with that name. But yeah, we've been doing it ages. Like honestly, we've tried everything on this channel. It'd be nice to find something which works again. And who knows, you know, maybe in like, you know, in 6 months' time, Army Men and that kind of thing might start popping off again. Oh god, I'm getting messages on my phone. Bear with me. There we go. Oh, okay, okay. I'll put my phone on silent so you don't hear all the pings. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, honestly. Kingdom Come series, is that Kingdom Come Deliverance? I've never played that. I tell you what though, my admin, my chief admin in my Discord, which I encourage you to join if you're not already a part of it, he has just sent me a copy of Company of Heroes 3. So big thank you to Kian for sending me that. So we're going to be playing that on, well, I think it's the 23rd when that comes out, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, we'll be trying out some Company of Heroes 3 soon. Screw this, I'm going to upload every day hopefully, and I will stay associated with Mighty Mapper. Link me everywhere, spam every social media I have. Dude, that'd be amazing, you know. I don't know, these days it's harder, I think. YouTube's not as, it's not what it used to be. When I first started YouTube, it was super easy to go viral for things, because I don't think this sort of thing that we're doing now was all that saturated, but obviously the more we've done it, the more YouTubers have came on board, and they've all started doing their own battle simulations and commentaries, and you'd think that would work well, because the more people that do it, the more people would search it, right? So the more popular it would be. But I think it's like a competition to get the titles. You know, you type in any sort of beach invasion or bridge battle or anything like that, there's a YouTuber out there that's already done it. So you can't really rank high for those keywords anymore, which is, you know, I'm probably just boring you to death now, but it's like marketing is a big part of it, huge part of it, and it's something now with the content that we're doing on this channel now just doesn't seem to be getting that many searches. I mean, we're having to rely mainly on the subscribers that we already have, and if you think about it, right, over the last 7 years of us uploading, you know, 50,000 subscribers, they might not be on YouTube anymore. They could be, you know, they've probably got families of their own, they've all grown up and things like that, so they don't have time to watch the channel anymore. So you've got to take into consideration dead subs as well. I don't mean dead as in, you know, they're in the ground or anything, but like just dead as in they're not on YouTube anymore to watch it, so they've probably subscribed and sort of forgot about the channel. But yeah, me. Let's have a look. I'm not rich, but I'll do anything in my power to help this channel. 1 mil, could you imagine if this channel gets 1 mil? I dream of getting to 1/10 of a mil, let alone 1 mil. That'd be crazy if it ever did. But I talk to other YouTubers a lot anyway. I'm always talking to Daily, I'm talking to Baron von Games, and they're always telling me it's about adapting. You've got to adapt, but the question is, right, so I've built up my skills for such a long time now in this game, in this one game, and this game just isn't getting searched anymore, so that's the problem, really. I've spent a lot of time building up in my skills in what's now known as an irrelevant game, I guess. I mean, we could have a bit of a hype spike on when Men of War 2 comes out, but we'll have to see. So what was the first video I made? Or are you asking me that, Davian? My first video was on Star Wars. It was using the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod. My first ever video did 50,000 views, and I didn't even know what a view was back then, you know, so I thought that was kind of normal to have 50,000 views on a video, but it's sort of what got me into it. It kind of ended my first relationship as well, you know, YouTube, as weird as it sounds, as sad as that sounds. But I started my YouTube channel on the same day as my ex-girlfriend's dad's funeral, and I was up all night, and I forgot about it. So yeah, ended my first relationship. Funny times, but yeah, I regret that. I was very close to him as well. But yeah, overall, we're gonna sort of I might live stream for a bit, and obviously this will be a video after as well. I'll just sort of leave it up on the channel, and maybe you guys can watch it if you're learning how to map on Men of War. I can show you guys how to map. I like to make it battle maps, don't I? It's sort of my thing. So I'm definitely going to be making like a zoomed out version of a Warhammer map, maybe with like a city in the middle. I think we might put something here, and we'll make some mountains and stuff for like the orcs, and yeah, we'll make a little story on it, and then obviously I'll make the big variants then of the battlefields, don't I, using the same software. So let's have a read of the comments. So that's tough. It was tough. It was really tough. So update on the new Plastic Gates of Hell episode. So I don't know what I'm doing with this at the moment, right? So we've got this new series, which is Plastic Gates of Hell. I wanted this series to be more mainstream, so not story based. With it being too story based, when people come in at episode 453, you know, they don't really know what's going on, because they've got to go back 453 episodes to sort of catch up. So the idea was to make this new Gates of Hell series sort of very broad, where you can jump in the series at any one given time and enjoy a battle in Men of War, or Gates of Hell, should I say. So I don't know where I'm going with that at the moment. I'm sort of just making every episode as broad as possible so you can understand it episode to episode. But I have had a lot of people asking me about the original Army Men of War Battleground series that we was doing, because obviously we did establish a very big lore on that, and it had quite a big following once upon a time. And yeah, so we might have to come back to that at some point. I mean, we've got two worlds, haven't we? We've got the human dimension, and then we've got the Plastica dimension as well. So I don't know. I'm a bit of a fiend for doing like multiple series all at once, just so I don't get bored. If I get bored with one series, then I can move on to the next and really mix it up. What was the most popular video I made? So at the moment, the most popular video on this channel is about 850,000 views or something, 875,000 views, and it was Army Men of War. I think it was like a Red Army ambush video that we did, and yeah, it did really well. It did nearly 1 million views, and it's crazy to think, right? Because I've made a lot of videos which are quite similar. They always say when you're a YouTuber, right? They always say just sort of copy, replicate what works, and milk it, really. And I sort of have over the years. You know, I've made a lot of titles that are very similar, a lot of thumbnails are quite similar, thinking they do equally as well, but they don't. It's really weird, because one minute, you know, it's getting nearly 1 million views on that particular video, then I make another video which is very similar to it, and it doesn't pass 10,000 views, 5,000 views, and it just makes you scratch your head and go, well, is it me? You know, am I just not talented enough? So you sort of send yourself mixed signals, really. I was binge watching Army Men Season 3 earlier today, and the nostalgia is overwhelming. I know. I keep watching back some of my old videos as well, you know, and I'm sort of like, I'm doing it for marketing reasons, though. You can see I'm like, well, where have I gone wrong? You know, what have I done wrong? You know, I've not really changed my content over the years. Maybe that's where I went wrong, actually. Maybe because I haven't adapted with the times. We're still sort of sat in 2018, aren't we? In terms of content. But another problem is as well, we can't really branch out. It's like I could just be a typical YouTuber and start doing Fortnite or you know, Call of Duty Warzone and things like that. But how do we stand out? That's the question. We'll just join a trending train of what, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of other YouTubers, other creators, which are sort of making very similar content. But I guess that's where it comes down to, like, are you talented enough at the game? Because it's competitive gaming, isn't it? Because nobody wants to see you play Call of Duty Warzone and then die within the first 10 seconds of the game. I mean, you can make a funny compilation, really, but you couldn't really make a full living or go viral for, you know, dying every 10 seconds. And that's my problem with them sort of games, because I'm more of a game designer, I think, than I am an actual gamer, which has always posed a bit of a problem for me. Let's have a read of the comments. I honestly still get people watching your initial series. Which series is that? Is that like Army Men of War, or? I was binge watching Army Men. Yeah, I've read that one. Okay, yeah, I've caught up all the comments now. Oh, see you later, Skeggy Gamer. Sorry if I miss your comments, because I keep alt-tabbing, you see, to view my comments. I need to get a second monitor, so I can monitor the comments as I'm actively streaming. Oh god, what have I done? I've made a lake. Oh, do you know what? That was meant to happen. That lake can stay. I'll tell you what, let's turn that into a... I've paused the game. What have I done? Don't want to pause the game. There we go. Let's turn this lake into a river, shall we? Lovely. And we can do that going into a sort of... What are these things called again? I forgot what they're called. They're like a... I don't know what they're called. It's like a... Everywhere has them anyway, doesn't it? Every river sort of lays off into one of these reservoir things. I forgot what they're called. Yeah, but I still get a lot of people interested in early episodes of Army Men of War, but overall, people don't sort of watch the first season and then go all the way through to season 6, I think was the last season. They sort of just watch that season then stop watching, really. But I think we've improved over time. I must say, Army Men of War, you know, in terms of editing and things like that, we've definitely made a lot of improvements. Like, my editing skills are just getting better and better and better. It's just maybe the repetitiveness of the content, because unless I spend hours and hours or weeks and weeks on one video, I can't really make the scripting that in depth, because the AI are pretty damn stupid. You know, they do what they want. So I could spend hours, months, weeks scripting, and they still won't do what I say. I tried to sort of fix that problem with doing some cinematics as of recent. What did you guys think anyway? Do you guys prefer cinematics, or do you prefer just raw commentary? I even tried removing the story from the video and placing it into a YouTube short, just to try and help the algorithm push out the videos a little bit better, to improve watch time and audience retention and all that stuff. But it didn't really work, to be honest. I think one of the biggest problems with being a YouTuber is overthinking things. Because if things start to go wrong, you've got no control over it. You're sort of completely reliant on trends and the YouTube algorithm and Google's search rate and that kind of thing. So you like Season 3? Yeah, I do. I like all of them, I do. I mean, I do enjoy Army Men of War Battlegrounds just because of the sheer size and the fact that I can animate those little cards and move them around the battle map. I can add a lot of detail in using that. But people prefer the old school way of just having the battle map, like what we're making here with the Warhammer thing. So I like a combination of narration and commentary. If it was Iron Man, it feels like a news broadcast of the battle. Yeah, I mean, I think we all have our preparations, don't we? I've been told, I've been getting a lot of feedback, and a lot of people think when I commentate over it, it's quite cringy. I mean, that's probably just the haters, right? But I don't know. I watch my own videos back, you know, and I think, you know, this is good. I'd watch this. But when I do talk to like the average person, you know, about my channel, they sort of just ask me, they sort of scratch their head and go, "Why are you doing this kind of content? This content isn't entertaining." And I guess we are a very niche channel. What I do on this channel is not for everyone. A lot of people will watch what we're doing here and they'll find it boring. Whereas there is a lot of people out there as well that would watch this and ultimately find it really interesting. And I think for the main part, I think this is it's creativity, isn't it? We're sort of taking a blank canvas and we're turning it into something. It's like graphic design in a way, I suppose. But I'd say there's elements of storytelling, world building, game design, because I do tend to try and make all my own mods and my own maps and that kind of thing. And it is, yeah, like you say, Jay, it's a mad niche. And I think we've sort of hit the ceiling on it. I think it's quite depressing, really, because I've been working so hard to try and build this channel up. You know, try and just make it like every other YouTuber. And overall, I just feel like by picking Army Men as like the main topic, it sort of set me back in a way, because nobody really searches it anymore. I mean, I come from an era, as a millennial, I come from an era where it was before we had all iPads and, you know, consoles and things like that. I think my console growing up was the Sega Mega Drive and Nintendo 64, and then obviously the PlayStation 1, PS2. But yeah, because we didn't have that much of many consoles and that much entertainment growing up, I mean, playing with toy Army Men for me as a kid was something I did every day. You know, it was use your imagination, wasn't it? Play in the garden, that kind of thing. But nowadays it's a little bit different. And I think retention rates are really dropping off as well. I think another big downfall with this channel as well has been YouTube Shorts. as bad as it sounds. With retention of the average viewer now being for like a minute, it's just crazy to think that nobody's going to want to watch a 10-minute video if they're getting the same from like a 1-minute video in a YouTube short or an Instagram reel or a TikTok, you know. And so, and I really don't think this content can be adapted to that. Really, it's hard times. It really is hard times. I mean, this channel's not really making any money anymore, to be honest, which is kind of cool for me anyway, because I mean, I can just chill now, can't I? I can just sort of relax and be myself, I guess. Men of War is getting less and less popular. It is. Men of War is ultimately getting very unpopular, unfortunately. Not many people are playing it anymore. Even the mainstream Men of War YouTubers are sort of branching away from it for this reason. But I don't know. And not only that, Men of War are coming down hard on modding as well. They don't like modders, do they? They're making it harder and harder to mod games, which I don't really know why, because modding is like the backbone of these games. If mods weren't on these games, I don't think they would have sold half as many copies. Because no offense, the main game is not that good. I mean, it's all right for a little bit, but you get quite bored. Whereas the mods have really sort of kept this game alive. Mr. Beast can bring it back. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Imagine if Mr. Beast came in here right now and it was just like, "Hey man, you know, send you viral." I don't know. But yeah, I need some luck, my dudes. I need a bit of luck with this channel, I think. I mean, I put it down to persistency and consistency as well. I can't really get that many uploads out at the moment because I'm looking for a job at the moment. I got laid off from my last job, didn't I? Because they offered me a 15-hour contract, but I had to travel 30 miles to do these 15 hours, and so I decided not to take it in the end. But I recently had a job interview working for a fire safety company, so I might be getting that job soon. I've got the second interview. I've passed the first interview. I've got the second interview coming up next Tuesday, I believe. So wish me luck. I might be getting a job, and guess what the job is as well? I'll be a content creator. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? I'll be basically doing what we're doing here, but for them, I guess. So let's have a read of the comments. Men of War OG devs knew what made it good. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, well, that's another problem, isn't it? Men of War, it's sort of it's getting like contracted out to different companies to make a new version, like Gates of Hell is Barbed Wire Studios, and so on and so forth. So it's like, it's not the same guys making the same game every time. It's like adaptations just using the Gem 2 engine, isn't it? Which is a shame. Which means that some of the versions, I mean, Battle of Empires 1914 to 1918, what happened to that? That was terrible, you know. I was really hyped for that as well. But we'll have to see what comes next, because Men of War 2 should be alright. I think now we've moved to a 64-bit engine, there's not half as many crashes. Or so I think. But yeah, I'm just in love with this game. I don't think I can ever stop playing this game. It's weird. I think in 10-20 years time, I think I'll still be playing this game. Unless they bring out newer versions of it, of course. But I just love Men of War. I just love the editor. You can just do anything with it, you know what I mean? It's like, if you've got a creative mindset, you can just sort of open it up and write a book. You can just write your own little story and then bring it to life. That's what I love about it. Honestly, short form content would be the best as quick news stories. You may want to start looking into making your own games. You see, making my own games is a problem as well, because I can't code. I don't know Java code or anything like that. I've based all of my modding knowledge and all my game design knowledge around this engine. So I can port anything into this bloody engine, but when it comes to Unity or Unreal Engine, I don't know where to start, to be honest. Oh god, I need a new chair as well. This chair's like breaking on me. So yeah, not only that, right, so here's another thing, right. This system, this computer system that I'm using, right, it was worth £3,000, right, £3,000 about 3-4 years ago, right. I priced it up, and guess how much it is now? £500. It cost £500 to make my computer system now. I mean, that's all the better for me, really, because if it breaks, then it's cheaper to replace. But you know, yeah, I've got a GTX 1080 Ti and things like that, and they used to be worth a lot. and now it's just not worth as much. So, aye, Sternfuhrer, one of my favourite YouTubers here. You know, yeah, I watch his content. He's took over the World War II community. But how's it going, man? Yeah, I'm making a Warhammer 40k map today. I don't know why. I just fancy some Warhammer 40k. I'm going to be making some cinematics on this soon as well. Not for my channel, but for another channel. I'll probably be doing some commentary battles on this. So I'm thinking, right, we're going to make a Warhammer island, sort of zoom it out. We're going to place some little mini cities on it, and then we're going to do like a little Warhammer 40k Total War campaign, make it up ourselves, get the community involved, that kind of thing. And it's just another video here and there that we could throw out, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh, I missed you too, man. We should have a catch up sometime. You know, I can see you're killing it on YouTube at the minute, aren't you? You're doing really well. I've been watching some of your content as well. I've been watching some of your Japanese theatre battles. Very good. Very inspiring as well. Does this cost money to buy this game? This game does cost money. This editor is across all 3 games. So Gates of Hell, well, Call to Arms, and Men of War. So those 3 genres, they all have the same editor. Some of them slightly improved in graphics. But nothing beats the OG Men of War Assault Squad 2 editor. This is the creme of the crop, creme de la creme. You know, this is the best editor. Because it comes with the most mods, you see. So, I still have the NGG files. Now that I published under my own studio. Should see if I can fit it into my... Oh, dude, are you making like... Was that a game you were making? It won't cost you money if you're a pirate gamer. Oh, okay, yeah. Can't promote that on here, but... I mean, there is ways of getting this game, I suppose. But I think... Wait until it's on offer, dude. I mean, like... Men of War Assault Squad 2, it sometimes goes to like... I don't know, £2-3 on G2A. You can pick it up then. You know, it's better to have the Steam version, trust me, rather than pirating it. But yeah, it's it goes really cheap, this game. But Gates of Hell and Call to Arms, that's always a little bit more expensive because the graphics are they're improved. So at the moment, I've heard as well that they're bringing everything to Gates of Hell at the moment. We've got the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod coming to Gates of Hell. We've got the Warhammer mod coming to Gates of Hell. So I'm just going to have a sip of my chaotic monster energy drink. But yeah, it's good to be streaming again. I don't know how many viewers we've got. I think we've got like 19, 20 or something. People coming and going. But it would be nice if I can get like a stream in once a week. And it's just quick and easy, isn't it, really? And... not only that, I think it's a good way for me to talk to you guys as well. It's where we, if you remember correctly, right, when we first started doing all of our videos years ago, it all started from live streams, didn't it? So, go back to the roots, I guess. And maybe we could do some Army Men of War live, where we get you guys involved in a real way, rather than having you guys get involved in the comment section. Imagine setting it all up and then live streaming it, and we can have you guys make different decisions, allocate some generals, that kind of thing. That'd be pretty cool. Hello, Eclipse War. Welcome to the stream. What's this one? I still remember the Renus of the... Yep, that was a special game, wasn't it? That was my first ever game on Hearts of Iron 4. Go and check it out, by the way. You know, tell me where I went wrong. Yeah. But well, I definitely want to get better at that game. I do love Hearts of Iron. I've got about 85 hours in it. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, it's a game that I want to improve upon. So what we've got here, we've got a river, we've got like a... Still can't remember what these things are called. I want to say reservoir, but it's not. Like a viaduct. I don't know. What are these called, dude? I forgot what they're called. So what we'll do now is let's get some different colours going on in terms of ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these off just so it doesn't thingy, so it blends in properly. We're going to get a bit of dark brown going on in the centre right here towards the capital city. That'd be cool. I think that's a good spot for it, really. And then what we'll do is we'll elevate the ground up just so this mountain range bit makes sense. There we go. Like Bob Ross for mapping, you know. Bring that up there. bring that round. But yeah, the idea of this is when it's done, I want it to look just like a Total War game. So you guys have played, have you played Warhammer 3 Total War? Do you know, like, how it's got all the mountain ranges? I want it to look just like that. And then we're going to try and imitate and trick people into thinking it's a real 40k game. That's the goal. I want people to think it's a real Warhammer 40k Total War game. But when they click it, they're going to find out that it's just me and my maps. That's the end goal. So we'll see how that goes, shall we? So now we've done that, we can smooth this off. Add a bit more texture to it, you know, because you have to blend it properly. And then we can get to placing some objects. Maybe we can add like a volcano as well. I feel like if it's Warhammer 40k, we definitely need some sort of volcano going on. Well, so now let's add that second texture. What do we have? We've got concrete, metal floor, rock, Egypt. What's this one like? I mean, that's alright, isn't it? A bit big. See, the cool thing about this, the cool thing about Gates of Hell and Call to Arms, is you can shrink all of these textures, like through stamps. Whereas you can't do that in Men of War. I mean, Stonefury probably can relate to this, because you're a map maker as well, aren't you, my friend? You know, how hard is it to make, you know, stamps on Men of War Assault Squad 2? Because, like, the stamps are just, you can't resize them. It'd be nice to resize them. Let's read the comments. Only problem is that I have my day job, my studio. I did. Yeah, you did. You got your masters in game design, didn't you, Jay? Yeah. I mean, that's gonna be a big problem for me as well. I might have to only record and stream on weekends as of coming weeks. Especially if I get this job. I mean, I've been job hunting lately. I've literally just finished as well. Whilst looking for a job since losing my last job, I've went ahead and done my SIA course, so I'm now a qualified doorman. I can do security at like events and stuff. Do you know those people that stand at nightclub doors with the badges on? I could be one of those guys. You know, I get my badge in like 12 days or something. If I pass, that is. I had to do a 3-week course, but it was really cool because you got to like learn self-defense and that kind of thing. I don't like that texture. We're going to change it up. Oh, what's that one? Is that snowy? I don't know. What about this one? Very rocky, very dry looking. I mean, it's kind of cool. But I think I want a muddy texture. Let's go for a muddy texture. Where's mud? Sand? Don't want that one. Ground. It'll be in here somewhere. We can add a bit of green, actually. In fact, that works really well because towards cities, you would probably have more vegetation due to the farmland and stuff like that. So Gates of Hell map making is way more relaxing with all the new features. It is. I do love Gates of Hell mapping. The only problem is with Gates of Hell is the limitation. I mean, unless you mod it, of course. Hey, Nugget, how's it going, Nugget? Nugget played as the Germans in our last video. He was the Third Reich. Let's build this up. But yeah, I was thinking, you know, we've not really branched out into Warhammer on this channel yet, so I thought maybe we could play do some commentary battles on Warhammer. This mod is out of this world amazing. There's so much to choose from the Mechanicum, Necrons, Orcs, Krieg, Inquisition, Imperial Guard, Eldar. You know, you name it, they've pretty much added it in this mod. God, I think my computer's having a meltdown again. I don't know why it does it. It does these things where it freezes. So I'll read the comments. Men of War and Armour is the only game I know where anything can be modded. So cool. Yep. Yeah, it is. It's Armour 3 is a really cool game as well. I do love Armour 3. Something I want to get into, like more community based. I have tried in the past, but it's like we get bored after like the first week. We've tried to do like anti-Stasi and stuff. Another thing as well is I never recorded it. We had this amazing game of World War II anti-Stasi about a year ago, 2 years ago. And there was so much recording potential with that particular series, but I was too nervous to record it. I had too much anxiety. That was the problem. So I think we're definitely going to do that again at some point if you guys are up for it. Because we're going to do some like some Hearts of Iron 4. I think that would be a really cool one to play. But if we also play some Armour 3, I think we could set up all sorts of missions and things on that. That'd be pretty cool. So we've got our centre, we've got, can we change that ocean? I think we can. If we change it to moderate. Oh, I forget that the ocean's quite poop looking on Man of War Assault Squad 2. I remember when this came out, it looked amazing. But after you've played Gates of Hell or Call to Arms, this just looks like... It looks like crap, to be honest. Another cool thing is, as well, is in Gates of Hell and Call to Arms, you can change how small the waves are. Whereas this is, it's like tidal waves, you know. Massive. Could go surfing. You messaged me on Discord. Let's have a look. Do you have to pay in the editor? Is that what you sent me? Yeah, you can do it for free, dude. Now the editor comes with the game, and you can just do what I'm doing now, pretty much. So the another goal as well, whilst doing mapping on this game, is you need to sort of memorize everything that's in these folders. Which I know it sounds pretty hard, but you sort of do over time. And then eventually, you know what crashes and what doesn't crash. Because, yeah, there's a lot of crashes in this game. You could be sat there, and if you forget to save your game, you could press the wrong thing, and next thing you know, all of your progress is gone. Like, every bit of it. So, it's definitely important to save your game. So, a question I want to ask you guys, actually, is... Do we just use this type of mountain, right? Which is quite simple. You know, it's quite PlayStation 2-y or Xbox 360 like. Or do we go over all of the mountains with this? Actual rocks. Just to make it that little bit more detailed. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. But that's what it will look like with the mountains. Like, made them all 3D and stuff. Obviously, it'll decrease the frame rate of the game a little bit. Not too much, though, because it is a battle map. But I think it looks pretty cool with all the rocks around it, don't you? It'll just take a little bit longer to make the map, really. But overall, that looks pretty decent. So, customize rocks, obvious. Yeah, I'm thinking the same, bro. You just upload a video straight up. How do you mean, like, with no SEO, nothing, no editing? This is definitely my style, yeah. I mean, it all depends, really, doesn't it? It depends on the mod you're using as well. Because you have to sort of match the graphics. The thing I see with a lot of PC games, especially like modding and stuff, is you'll have these crappy little avatars. You know, like, this is the exception, because these look pretty cool. But you could have, like, these really crappy looking Men of War soldiers in a very photorealistic environment. And it makes you think, well, what was the point? You know, you've got to sort of match the terrain to the graphics of the soldier. I think that's mega important when you're making maps. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to use these mountains. It should look pretty good when it's done as well. So the question is as well, what do we have on this island? I think if it's Warhammer 40k, we need to sort of mix up the biomes, don't we? We can have like more grassy up here, like maybe desert. Maybe we could have like a Chaos Darkland area where there's like, it's all burnt and there's a volcano and there's like a Chaos Portal or something. That kind of thing. Let's keep adding these. I mean, what sort of textures do we have here as well? Let's have a look. We've got grey mossy. I mean, that's the only two we already have. I mean, we do have some others actually. We can mix in a few others. Like, for example, where's the other one that I like to use? Here they are. These are the ones, not that one. Sorry if you can hear my keyboard. It's got like one of those mechanical key things on it. And they're very loud. That's the one. So this is the mountain that I think we should use primarily, because it has that sort of cliff edge that we want. So that would be more like rocky grasslands maybe, and then this would be more cliff edge. And we've got more textures. No, we've only got two textures, wet and dry. So let's remove the the update entities on that, just so it doesn't send things into the sky. And another thing we can do as well is we can also remove the constraint to none, which means we don't have to reset the altitude every 5 friggin' seconds as well. But yeah, Another thing with YouTube as well is, obviously, I always thought the harder you work on a video, the more views you would get, the more people would watch it, the more it would get recommended. But I'll tell you something. In my experience as a YouTuber over the years, I've started to notice that it's not about how much effort you throw into a video. You know, because there's been times where I've worked for 20 minutes on a single video, and it's got 250,000 views, and there's been times where I've worked 3 weeks on one video, and it's barely hit 5,000 views. You know, it's getting very random. That's the problem. Just go another sip of my drink. Yeah, I no longer have any sort of ability to hire anyone. Oh no, the tech industry crushed my finances. Recession hit really. That's another thing. The recession at the minute. Everything that's going on with the stock markets. You know, the fact that things are costing more, cost of living crisis. You know, it's everything's having its effect, isn't it, at the moment? Let's have a look. Map making is all about having good imagination. That's true, and you've got the finest imagination, my friend. Your World War II videos are tip top, like, and you do them so quickly as well. I envy how quickly you can just think of an idea and just get it out there within 24 hours. What do you do? Tell me, Sturm, how do you plan your videos? Do you just think of it on the spot, or do you have like a pen and paper or a whiteboard or anything like that? But what we should do is, man, we should get in some calls and just map together, man. That'd be cool. Or we can like dual stream or something, come up with some cool ideas. That'd be really cool. We could collaborate through live streaming. Should we build up like a mapping community again? Do you remember back in the day when there was like a whole community of mappers? What happened to everyone? I think we're like the only ones left. You know, well, I think we're the only ones that do it on YouTube anyway. Watch movies and documentaries. Yeah, that's something I do a lot. I mean, I don't really watch much on World War II. I wish I did. I mean, as bad as this sounds, right, I'm practically a friggin' expert on World War II Hitler. You know, I'm not a Nazi or anything, but I've watched a lot of documentaries about him. So I was thinking maybe I was going to make like a video like talking about how the German Workers' Party sort of rose to power. But then I thought, no, people probably just think I'm like a radicalist or something. Let's move that over there. But yeah, you can sort of see it coming to life. Look now, you got with the mountain ranges, and then one unit would consist of like, say, like we had like an orc unit. There should probably be like 100 orcs or something, and they'd be in the mountains, and then you'd have like an Imperial Guard city here or something, and then you'd have like a whole storyboard of like the orcs have mobilized in the mountains, they've been destroying our villages, that kind of thing. You know, we need to send a detachment out from the city to take out this orc menace. You know, that kind of thing. So it could be like a shared planet or something, where every race has invaded it and they've colonized the same planet. I think the cool thing about Warhammer is anything's possible, isn't it, really? So, futuristic temple for the Necrons. Yeah, we could do like Necrons on there and all sorts. Oh god, I'm getting like loads of notifications on Steam at the minute. Shout out Tactical Fire Ant. How's it going, man? I can't broadcast on Steam at the moment, bro, because I'm currently broadcasting on YouTube. So unfortunately, it's the only place I can broadcast unless I do it to Twitch as well. I'm pretty sure there's like applications where I can like broadcast to multiple devices or multiple streaming platforms. How do I? Sorry, you're just gonna hear all these pop-up noises. I don't know why. I don't know how to stop them, unfortunately. What is that? Like a friend group? Someone's started like a friend group. Oh, bloody hell. Hello. Just type in hello. I don't know what. Someone's added me to a friend group on Steam. But yeah. Sorry, I was texting friends. Yeah, I can hear you texting friends. You've added me to it, I think. Hi, Mighty Mapper. I haven't seen your videos in a fat minute. Yep. I'm trying to get back into it, bro. I mean, stay tuned. Keep telling me your ideas as well. What is it that you guys want to see? Like, in your opinion, right? What is my best content? What do you enjoy the most? What do you think will do the best? It's like, I'm just tired of testing content, you see. I just want to find something which I can stick to that works. So you think, someone said Lego World War II mod. Do you remember when the Warhammer was in your Army Men videos? That was years ago, dude. Yeah, we have done some Warhammer before. That was Warhammer versus Army Men, wasn't it? That was good times. Very good times. Let's continue making this map anyway. So we're going for this really rocky centre now. I mean, for all we know, you know, we could do this Warhammer video, then it could get, like, I don't know, 500,000 views, and that just makes Army Men of War even more relevant. Another thing about being a YouTuber, right, is you're as good as your content. You know, you're as good as your viral content, should I say. If you go viral for the wrong thing, you know, it doesn't matter what else you upload. You know, just one particular theme will get views. So, I guess that's what everyone's trying to do. Whether on YouTube, go viral for the right things. That's the key. Yeah, we're just going to keep adapting this map. I mean, I've kept it somewhat small, just so we can keep it simple. And yeah, we'll have some fun with this. I think this will be quite an interesting series. I mean, we might even be able to merge it in with some of our other worlds eventually as well. That's looking a bit too similar there, isn't it? So if it's looking similar, what we do is we stand it up on its legs right there, shrink it down a bit, and there we go. Bring it into the mountain side, blend it in. There we go. We've got a nice little ramp up into the mountains right here. I think we need some taller mountains as well. Let's get some taller ones. We're going to get a big fat tall mountain right about here. So let's build that up about there. I think that's tall enough. What do you guys think? So a temple, a futuristic temple for the Necrons. Yeah, we can do that. We could like cut it into like 4 parts. Have like the Necrons like own one part. We could have the IG in another part, Orcs in another part, and then just develop a little story, do some roleplay or something. Everything as long as it's after 2 to 3 days. That sounds no objective. It's yeah. So like I say, dudes, it's like eventually this will look photorealistic. Is there any way I can mute that sound just so I can, just so it don't keep? I mean, unless it's not bothering you guys, but how do I? I don't know. I'm just getting this really weird steam sound that keeps popping up. Let's build up the rocks right here. I mean, we could turn that into a volcano if anything. Have like a volcano up there. We'll have like an orc camp right here or something. Maybe some human villagers stashed around the place. Be quite interesting. And then maybe we can let you guys. What should we call the planet? Let's name the planet right now. That way we've got a name for it then. We can build a little lore for it. And turn off notification settings. It's alright. I mean, it's not that loud anyway. Oh, you're referring to the tabletop RPG system, of course. Ah, I see. I think there is Necrons. Should we see? There is Necrons, dude. Yeah, look, Necron. We've got like props for them and stuff. And if we go to human, I'm pretty sure. Oh, maybe not. And maybe they're in single. No, no. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Oh, maybe you're right. There's no Necrons. Oh, I didn't know about that. I thought there was. I'm pretty sure I saw Necrons on the 40k Steam page. I don't know why. Yeah. So, do a Breaking Bad theme battle. What's that, like police busting on some sort of crack lab or something? Meth lab. So, put some rocks around here. And then to make the point of a mountain, what I'll do is I'll sort of drag it downwards like that, and then we'll like replicate that by sending that up as well, and that should make a nice little point to the mountainside. Somewhat. It's looking alright, I guess. But yeah, there's some really talented mappers for Men of War now, isn't there? I always see. I mean, I don't really hear from them much online or anything, but in terms of some of the work that I've seen on the workshop, I mean, it's like when I first started doing Men of War stuff about 7 years ago. It was well, about 10 years ago actually, because I was doing it before I even started YouTube. Nobody knew how to make maps or mods for this game, and now the mods and maps for this is just absolutely out of this world amazing. Like, I just don't understand, like, the level of skill that some of these modders have these days are just, it's intense, you know. Like, take the Warhammer 40k team, for example. Like, it's just out of this world what they've done with their content. I think to add a bit of humph to the tip of the mountain, what we'll do is we'll take one of these, we'll add it to the top like this, point it up just for that extra bit of detail, and then I'm pretty sure we could go into text mods. Oh no, where's the snowy version? I swear there used to be a snowy variant for this. Maybe not. You see, you have to understand geography, I think, when you're doing this kind of thing. Because obviously the higher the altitude, the more snow there is, the colder it is. So we'll have to try and find something with snow on, so we can make it a little bit snowy on the tip of the mountain. Maybe we could have like a temple. In fact, do you know what? We're not going to make this a volcano. We're going to make this a temple. So we'll sort of flatten the tip like that. Oh yeah, that's going to look sick. Let's add a little flat base like that, look. And it'll look a little bit like Mount Olympus, wouldn't it, really? We'll have like a little Greek-looking temple on there. In fact, let's have a little gander at what we've got. Let's go for Imperium. Building. And IG. Let's save it, just in case the thing crashes. Got StarCraft buildings. I mean, they look pretty cool, but it's the wrong game, isn't it, really? Tower. Oh, that's pretty decent. Throw that on there. That's like a bunker thing, isn't it? Which could be thrown. Obviously, I'd shrink it. So, anything on this map, like I say, will be the smaller variant. And the reason I do these as well, it's just to make a better quality video, really. I mean, people like a bit of story, don't they? And they're like, I suppose they like the extra creativity of having a battle map. I mean, I know I do when watching these videos. It just makes them ultra satisfying and makes them stand out a little bit more as well. Bring that round there. Sorry, I bet you're hearing tons of clicking. Creativity level 100. Thank you, man. The Necrons could be holding the Tyranids. Yeah, we don't have Necrons, sadly. We do have Tyranids, though. I think we have Tyranids. Those bug-like, you know, what they're called, like colonial things. Colony-looking alien motherfrickers. Let's bring that down there. So we're sort of cutting that off there, aren't we? In fact, I'll tell you what, let's ramp it down so there's like a way up the mountain. That'll be pretty neat. You see, one map, just one Men of War map, right, will probably be the size of that. Literally that. So if I was to make a big version, I'd probably have like a desert, maybe some like war trenches and stuff like that, and then a ramp going up a mountainside with loads of defences on it. Or if I was to like make this mountain, for example, I'd probably make it like that. Maybe have like a little staging area here, then have them climb the mountain all the way to the top. So it sort of creates one battle map, you see, creates about, I don't know, 100 big maps that you can play battles on. And it gives it a good story as well for people to follow. Mars 2.0. I mean, I've never made Mars. I remember Diplex, if you guys know Diplex Heed, right? He made some really cool Mars battles. Working with an old mapper, I forgot his name, what's his name? Grumpy Kitten Ace, I think. He used to make some decent maps. Again, just fell off, just disappeared. I mean, mapping's just not a thing anymore, is it really? I mean, I'd much rather do this though, you know, rather than draw or something. At least you're getting something out of this, you know. The sort of, I guess these are sort of like, to a Men of War modder, like mapping is like, it's like an NFT, isn't it? Really, it's just like a physical 3D Pokemon card or something. I don't know, collectible. Because no two maps are the same. It's all derived from somebody else's imagination, their creativity. Build that up. Oh yeah, we was going to look for like a temple, weren't we? Oh god, see what I mean? I get distracted so easy. We could have like a chaos temple on top of there. So there's like a stick thing. I don't like that. Like a cult. I wouldn't mind something like with columns or something. Like, it'd have to be Imperial Guard, wouldn't it? The Imperium. Like a bridge, debris. Oh, debris would be good actually. Let's have a look at debris. Because we could have like a fortification wall. Okay. Okay, we're finding some decent stuff now. Concrete. This is where I press something and it crashes, I think. Platforms. Oh, what about that? I mean, I kind of like the platform as like a base. So we'll shrink that down, pop that on there. I mean, that kind of looks cool. If we can find something with columns on, I want it sort of coming over the edge like that. That's pretty neat. Like coming out of the tip. There we go. And then we'll find some columns. So we've got small pillars. We can add some of these. Oh, supports. Wall, wall, wall. Is there any more pillars? Wall 43. Big. Support. Oh, we've got these pillars right here. I mean, I kind of like these ones. I mean, we could just use these as a placeholder anyway, couldn't we? So we'll sort of like put these going around it. That works pretty well. Again, we'll like poke it out the top there. I think we need to turn the constraint to 0 on that so it doesn't extrude in the sky. Put that right there. See, for the most part, you know, I think it's just a lot of patience doing this kind of thing, isn't it? And maybe that's why people don't find it all that entertaining. I can imagine people could probably find, if you're not doing it yourself, this stuff can come across as quite boring, I guess. But trust me, for me, like, I'm exhilarated right now. This is like a roller coaster ride for me. I'd much rather do this than play any other game. Maybe I'm just like special or something, but it's just like, it's like part of me. This game's definitely like part of me, and I just have to use it. It's like I don't think I can go a week without playing this game or making a map or doing something in this game. It's like this is the way I sort of express myself. As sad as that sounds, but and now we need like some sort of roof, don't we, for that? And then we've got like a cool little temple, a gate, a platform. That's like the freaking thing from Narnia, isn't it? Where they do sacrifices. This is where they sacrifice Aslan. I mean, that does look pretty cool, actually, having that in the centre, doesn't it? Yeah, that could be like a sacrifice thing up there. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out as we progress the map. It could have some sort of meaning to it. Let's have a read of the comments really quick. Oh god, there's been a lot of comments since I last looked. Battle maps would have mechanics in their design to allow for an EBB and flow of battle. What's EBB mean? I don't know what EBB means. GMs, like game masters, would design campaigns based around battle map operations. Do you know what? Yeah, you're right. I think this channel, if you think about it, has been like one long ass game of D&D, hasn't it? Really, it's like an Army Men variant of Dungeons and Dragons in its own little way. Obviously, just with a lot of players, you know, tens of thousands of players over time. It looks like a platform for a cannon. Yeah, I mean, it could be, yeah. It could just be like one giant military base or something. Yeah, we've not really decided what we want it to be. But we do need a ceiling for it. We need some sort of roof. Oh god, that's a weird looking roof, isn't it? Don't want it to be pointy. Pointy is good. Pointy is more scary. I mean, let's just have a little look how ridiculous that looks. Oh wow, it's like a pyramid. Do you know what? It doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't. It doesn't look that good either, though, to be honest. Let's face it. I need something flat or something round. What if I just took that same thing, right? Not that. We don't want that thing. I want to try and grab it. See, this is another problem with Men of War. Is you try and grab one thing, you grab 50 other things with it, you see. So, it's to take that off. That, if I can select the bleeding thing. No, we want to select that. That's the one. Turn the constraint to none. What if I just like raised it up? Turn off that bloody update entity thing. Would that make like a little roof in itself? Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, not sure if that's working or not right there. Unless I moved all the pillows directly underneath it. Do you know, it kind of works. Somewhat. It's a little bit big though, isn't it? What for me it's smaller like that. Looks kind of cool, but then you got to think as well. I've got to make this thing in real time. I've got to make a bigger version of this if we ever do like a battle area as well. So if I really F it up in this mode, then it's not going to look that good in the other mode either, is it? So I've got to use entities that I can really utilize when I make the bigger version as well. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Yeah, we'll leave that like that for now, I guess. Suppose you could sort of double up and make it into like a hangar. I'll tell you what, actually, do you know what? Screw it. We don't need a roof on that. What have I done? I just deleted all the. What? Where's it gone? There it is. Okay. Scared me for a minute then. So now I've got to try and select the bleeding thing. Come on. Don't want to select the supports. God damn it. Select it. Right. Okay. No, apparently I can't select that. I can only select the supports. Oh, now I can apparently select it. Let's unselect the supports, and then I should have that selected then. So, like I say, a lot of patience are needed for this game. Pull your hair out a lot of the time. No, no, no. There we are. Unselect that. Unselect that. Oh, I didn't even select it. What the frick? There we go. Sorted. We'll delete it for now. We'll just leave it as that. I feel like that has more value to it, you know. In fact, let's knock a couple of columns down. Make it look a little bit more realistic. Maybe bend that one in a little bit as well. Sweet. That looks much better. What do you guys think? Just not have a roof on it at all, I think. That's probably better. EVB is a flow. It just means the twists and turns of a river. Oh, you're on about this, oh, I suppose it's not really twists and turns. But it's, it kind of works, you know. I've seen it before. It's on every bit of Google Maps that I look at, so yeah, we've got the mountain, you know. I'm sort of making... Do you remember when you was a kid? Did you ever, like, get a piece of paper then make, like, treasure maps and stuff? I guess I'm still doing that, you know, at the age of 28. But I'm just doing it in this editor, I guess. Let's place some mountain ranges around this part right here. Separate the textures. Bring this into a bit of a canyon. That's looking alright, you know. I'm kind of liking that. It's starting to look very Warhammer-like anyway. That definitely passed for Warhammer. So we'll build our Imperial City in a minute. Should it be an Imperial City? What do you guys think? I think Imperial. I think that's probably the best. Like it's an old human planet or something. I think we've got more choice of buildings if we make it Imperial Guard. Like this can be like the lush territory. Maybe like the Imperial Guard could build like a wall or something around this territory. A bit like if, do you remember playing Oblivion? That was it. The capital city in Oblivion. It was in like some sort of central area. All quite lush. I really need to change that water because the water's sort of waving over my land. If my hard drive doesn't keep spasming. Right, let's go to ocean. We'll change it from moderate to smooth. That should solve the problem. That's much better. You see, look, that's smooth. Right, and that was moderate. Yeah, moderate is just too much. It's like tidal waves. I'm going to keep it smooth. As you can see as well, if you ever have a problem, if you're a mapper and you ever have a problem with it unrendering, you simply select it all like this, look. And I'll do this before every video. And then you move down to... Oh god, I've lost it. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. There it is, LOD. Right, and you just change the quality to high poly. And it renders everything forever. So it doesn't matter about the distance or anything like that. So there can be a place for an artifact. Do you know what? That top of that mountain would be a good place for an artifact. I mean, it sort of reminds me of Skyrim a little bit, actually. That's where you'd find that big elder dragon looking motherfucker. You know. So yeah, let's have a go at building a little Imperial city anyway. So if there's an Imperial city and they're primarily human, would they need water? They'd need some sort of water, wouldn't they? So I'll tell you what we'll do here. We'll get this reservoir and we'll create a bit of a lake right here. I think, you know, with a nice little lake. You know, that just adds to civilization, doesn't it? So we just know that there could be a city near here and they could thrive because they've got water. So that sort of comes in from the sea, down like a river, splits off into many other rivers maybe. Maybe we could have like a... Tell you what, let's improve this river. Let's stretch this river through this little valley right here. So we'll have it coming through the valley, sort of winding round. And again, leading back to the sea over here. Sort of stretching off into another one of these. I'll smooth it out later. Oh god, okay. So if you ever have this problem as well, right, if you're a mapper, you simply move to the polygons, increase it to level 5, and you can see what it does look. So you can see that this is the standard poly range of the map, and they're quite big, so you can't really add much detail in. Whereas if you increase it to 5, look, you can make a lot more detail in that polygoned area. So it just means that you can smooth it more, you can improve the texture quality and that kind of thing. But if you the more you do that, the less frame rate you would get, sadly. So, oh god, what have I done there? I mean, that kind of makes sense to have green around it, because wherever there's water, there's going to be some sort of green around it where plants are growing. So for now, we'll just add a bit of rock around it, and then we'll try and add a bit of green around it as well. But yeah, Sturm, Sturm, you still in the chat? Why don't you do some battle maps, man? Like, I really think if you made some like battle maps and then progressed your videos across like a World War II front, I think it'd make for quite an interesting battle. Do you know, like part 1, part 2, part 3, sort of see the campaign movement and stuff. That's the sort of thing I do in my videos. But yeah, I think that it'll work really well for World War II as well. Currently working on a big map of Europe at the minute as well in Gates of Hell, which will be pretty cool. So, and I want to make it compatible with every mod that's out there as well. So you can sort of just activate anything and playing like a European theatre. I'll make one of America as well, I think. So yeah, we're going to have the city in this central area right here. So let's map out the city. Let's find some buildings actually. So we've got walls, we've got the pillars. We need to make like an imperial looking city, don't we? So let's go for fortification, building, chaos, empire. So these are imperial buildings. So this is like military base. We'll put this over here for now, and because we're going to need these because they look really cool. Obviously shrink them down to the size that we want them for the battle map. Everything needs to go small for this version. So we'll keep them there for now, and we can make some military bases with that. I think, but we need is like stuff like this, like the Gothic buildings and stuff, like StarCraft buildings. So if we add that there, and then go for that one maybe. You see, that works quite well, doesn't it? We've got like a sort of Gothic genre going on, even though these are StarCraft and not Warhammer, but work really well because the Imperial, the Imperium tend to go for more of a Gothic look, don't they? Really. So we'll go for that sort of. Let's go for like an Eastern European city vibe going on. So we'll have like a square here with a statue in the middle, and maybe we could do some like ruined cities as well. That'd be pretty neat. So we'll have like a pristine city over here, which can be defended. So we'll have a couple of blodges, whatever they call them, big buildings. And this is why I prefer to have this on Gates of Hell, because I could shrink all the roads and stuff, but because we don't have that, I'm going to have to texture them on. So, Ace, what are you working on? We're working on a Warhammer 40k battle map. So something we can make some sort of story with and utilise the Warhammer 40k mod to make the battles on. So that's sort of what I'm working on at the minute. I'm working on one map to sort of inspire a whole series of videos. So maybe we could follow a little story with it. Came up with the idea today, to be honest. I mean, I've been meaning to do it for a little while, but ultimately I just fancy doing this tonight. Rather than doing a video tonight, I thought I'd just live stream for a bit. test out my live streaming to see if it works, which thankfully it does, which is a bonus. Let's have a look at the road. So if we go to textures, we now need a nice road texture, don't we? So we go to the grass. So if you're ever doing this, by the way, you know, you've got primary on the left, secondary on the right. So secondary blends in with primary. That's all you've got to remember when doing this. So if you place down a primary colour, the secondary will sit inside the primary colour. Whereas if you do it the opposite way round, it does squares. If the primary colour is not the same as the secondary, if that makes sense, you know, you'll get used to it if you're getting into your mapping anyway. Is there going to be a series? You mean? Maybe. Who knows? It depends how popular it is. I mean, I could make a video on this and only 10 of you watch it. You know, that's. I mean, as long as I enjoy it, I suppose. But yeah, ultimately, I'm hoping to make some sort of series out of this. So let's try and find a nice road. So if we go to concrete, we're going to use not that one. We want metal floor. Ooh, is it not ground? Maybe it's metal. Would they have a metal floor, the Imperium? I'm not sure. Maybe not. I swear we used to have like a concrete texture. Let me just see if I can find it. Landship. They're kind of nice, but stone. Stone wall. So this is where all our lava textures are. Asphalt. Oh, where's it gone? There it is. This is what I'm after. We need something along the lines of this. So we'll go for this cracked one right here. And again, let's just increase the poly count of the area, just so we can get maximum detail for this little town. And let's paint the roads on, I guess, for our little mini city. Have a road going down there. Road going across here. Like I said, we're going to turn this into like a little plaza. This will look really nice when it's the big version as well. And the cool thing is as well, if I actually spend a bit of time on the battle map version, like detail and stuff, that I can really replicate it in detail when it comes to the bigger version of it. Let's put that there. And jobs are good in. I mean, that's starting to look quite nice. It's still very plain at the moment, but I think eventually this is going to look really nice. And again, we'll do like a little square there. And we've got a nice little intact Imperium looking city or town. So like I say, one unit. Let's get a unit just for comparison. So one unit.
Here is a unit.
Oh my good god!
Per fortnight.
Shut up! So Alexa just scared the crap out of me. I didn't even say anything. But yeah, what was I doing? Bloody hell, my heart's beating now. Thought someone was in the room, broke in or something. Get mugged by Alexa. So yeah, like I say, we'll get a unit for comparison. Where's my IG? We want Imperial Guard. We'll find a standard trooper. Where's our troopers at? We want just a laser gun, don't we? Or is it? See, I don't know what the names are on this. We've got flamethrower, AG. Is that autogun or something? Do you know what he will do? He will do. But yeah, so the way I usually do this, right, is we have one unit. So this is one real life unit, obviously. In the game, he can do everything. You know, like for the battles, we'd use these guys as well. But ultimately, one unit on the battle map would represent one company of men. So, like 100 men, maybe. Or I think it's 85 to 150 men in a company, I believe. But that's sort of what we'd do. So you'd have like, if we had like 5 dudes right like this, for example, that means if, let's say the orcs were to invade the city, that means that it'll be whoever the orcs are. So you'd have like orcs coming down. So maybe you'd have like 300 orcs versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 Imperial Guardsmen. That kind of thing. And then I would set a map up, which is probably about that size. With the city on, defences, the orcs charging, that kind of thing. And it just inspires videos, really. It's a really good way of doing it. I'm just going to readjust myself in the chair. God, it's so squeaky. I think what it is right. I think I've had this chair for a long time now. and I've gained weight since sitting in it, so I think like the suspension's about to break or something. So now we've got that little city. Let's add a bit of foliage. Everybody loves a bit of foliage. Let's go for some bush. We all like a bit of bush. Let's go for like oh, what to have? Oh, we could have that grass, or you could just simply use this grass tool right here. In fact, I don't like that. No, I think we're going to use like normal. Oh god, did I just put grass over there? Don't want grass over there. Go away, grass. Nobody likes you. Like I said, the British Army Company has between 100 and 150 soldiers. Yep. Yeah, something like that, isn't it? I think I read up 85 to 150 or something, but we're not far off. Matthew T, miss you. I've missed you too, bro. Road, Square Lizard. Welcome to the stream, by the way, if you're new to the stream. As you can see, we're just sort of chilling, making a map. You know, throw me on in the background whilst you're doing something else or something. That's what I tend to do with a lot of streamers anyway. I don't know. I'll be honest. Oh, let's see. Look, that grass looks better. Like, then again, no, it don't. It looks like a freaking. It's like a freaking blob or something. What? Look at the state of that. It's like a blurry mess. Let's go for something else, I guess. What about this grass? So, oh, that's not too bad, you know. If you sort of double it up, look, like that. That's kind of cool. You know, having that grass, space it around. Add a bit of foliage around the edge of the town, like it's sort of jungly. Yeah, I kind of like that. I can always delete it if we don't like it anyway, can't we? But yeah, I think that's the best one. What do you guys think? Sort of probably should have made it a bit smaller. But that would represent like long grass or something. If I was to make like a bigger version of that, it would just be like tall grass, like what we see in a lot of Army Men videos when they're fighting in the back garden and stuff. What we do need actually is a road. Let's just stretch this road down here a little bit. Let's just increase the poly count. That road's going to come out here. Stretch it down. Have it come through there. And as you can see, look, I've really messed up the way it looks, but I'm going to counter that by adding some. You see, if you do have to go over the other texture, you can just sort of sort it out with either a stamp or something like that. Sorry, Matt Mapper, it's late where I am, so I have to go to bed. Oh, no worries, man. I can understand time zones are terrible, aren't they? The majority of my audience, well, my older audience especially, is America. So it's like 6 to 8 hours behind where we are here. So usually when I'm streaming or recording, they're all either in bed or I'm in bed. You know, if it's the opposite way around. It's just so weird being able to stream again. Like, I can't remember the last time I was actually able to stream. It's crazy. What's the quality like? Is the sound quality alright? Am I too close to the mic? Or is it alright? UK gang, yeah man. Whereabouts in the UK is everyone from? I'm from Lincolnshire. So we've got a sort of sample terrain of what it'll look like around there now, and we can spice that up a little bit with some trees maybe. Let's get some trees. Does that say marijuana? Oh, looky, look at this. Look, we can sort of get a grow on. What the hell, man? Well, that could inspire some like narco videos or something, you know? Like I don't know, CIA invade weed farms. That's another cool thing about this game. You've just got like an unlimited amount of titles. We don't want any of that alien grass. We're going to try and find trees. Let's go for cactus. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Do you know what? I kind of like the cactus vibe. It goes for like, it gives me like a deserty vibe. So we'll have some of those. And obviously we'll make them a bit smaller. About that, I think. Makes it look good. And then we'll just simply copy that. Paste that into there. This is starting to look quite nice. Getting that sort of deserty, sort of Wild West vibe going on with this city. Probably have to expand the city a little bit as well. It's very small at the moment. So I'll read the comments. Do I want to play some games after this stream? We'll have to see what time it is, dude, to be honest. I don't think I'll have much time after streaming. I've got to still get some food and stuff. I'm going to make some cheese on toast, I think. I love cheese on toast. What else do we have? Quality is great. Nice. That's good to know. You see, I can't hear myself, you see. I mean, I can press this button and I can hear myself. Quality is great. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I'm just so glad we can stream. Is it like a background noise? One sec. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I'm just so glad we can stream. Is it like a background noise? One sec. I thought I could hear like my computer or something. Never mind. Yeah, so let's make the city look even better, I guess. Let's add another road coming over here. Maybe we could add like a windy road or something. Like you can see the difference like when it comes to texturing. If you don't increase the polygons, you can't really get a good texture. So we're gonna bring that around here. Come around the edge, like a windy motion, and we can expand the town around there then. Or maybe even, I will tell you what we'll do, we'll add a military base. So, what we'll do is we'll put this here. What's that? Oh, nice one. Thanks very much.
Warhammer.
Yeah, I'm just streaming at the minute. Yeah, look, I've got my streaming working.
Oh, good.
Pretty cool. Yeah. So, just making a map. Yeah, I'll cook that and eat that in a bit. Sorry, my brother's just bought me some rice. So, I'm gonna have that later with some hoisin sauce. Nice. Well, no, I got teriyaki sauce. Yeah. Teriyaki sauce isn't as good as hoisin sauce. It's like hoisin sauce is just it's the bomb. You know, goes with everything. So what we'll do is here we'll have like a little military base. We're gonna move all that foliage right there. Probably double it up right there. And then let's go and grab our military stuff right here. So now we've got like a little, we'll have that centered, and we'll position these around it, like so. This is starting to look really nice. It's like a little barracks, I believe, something like that. Another one there. And then we'll concrete that out, so we'll change, tell you what actually, we'll just use the same concrete just so it blends in really well. Put that going around there, and maybe do that going to there, do that going down to there, probably cut that going around there. There we go. And now we can just build like a little wall. If we had like the little walls going around, it'll start to look like a real city then. That is good. That is very good. How long have I been streaming for? Bloody hell, I've been streaming an hour and a half already. Doesn't feel like that long. It feels about half an hour, if that. But yeah, another thing is as well, is a lot of people have said to me, don't do Warhammer content, Mighty, because you don't know anything about Warhammer. And if I say something wrong, that's it, you get about 5,000 fans all grilling you for getting the lore wrong. But I don't care, you know. I think if we make a little battle map like this, we can sort of make it up as we go along anyway, can't we? As long as we get these sort of basic lore right. And I know that in the Warhammer 40k universe, it's just an infinite amount of systems, isn't it? So any possibility is plausible. So now we need like a little wall or something. Let's find a nice little sort of fortification wall. So Imperium, fortification. We've got barricades. I've got all sorts really. Bunkers. That's it. Wall. Save it so it don't crash. And that's kind of a nice one. But is there a better one? That is the question. They're too big. I'm starting to lose my bloody voice now. God damn, I've been talking too much. Joe, I like that wall. I think we're going to use this one. Obviously, we'll shrink it down. And sort of put it going in a circle. We can make like a little Armour 3 looking military base right here then, can't we? Put that going across there. Later I'm going to send you a quest level design that I sent as a showcase just because I'd be interested in your thoughts. It's actually good because you get a sweet engagement. I mean, we're getting quite a lot of engagement in this, to be honest. Like, do you know my average video has only got like 3 to 4 minutes in, like, view duration, but doing this live stream we're getting like an average view duration of like 6 minutes 38. That's not bad, you know. That's pretty good. I think we'll stream for about another 10-20 minutes and then I'm gonna go and cook some food. Then I'm starving. But yeah, we'll live stream a lot more if you guys fancy it. It's just quick and easy, isn't it? Really. And if I can just live stream myself making these videos, sort of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Because you guys get to see the video being made, and then you get to see what we've made at the end of it, which is kind of like the final piece. Sort of going back to the roots of when we started. There we go. I don't care if it's like not perfect, because the key to perfection is the imperfection. Let's do that. Go around there. So there we have it. We've got like an Imperial base going on. I think we should double them up because they look pretty cool. So we could have like 2 there. Have another one sort of like there as well. Oh god. Just going to copy these walls. Do you guys remember the Star Wars Galactic Campaigns thing that we did? This was quite similar to that in the way I'm making it. I mean, we didn't really get very far with that series, did we? We did like 4 episodes. Then we just stopped. But we'll see how this one does. I reckon this might be quite popular. Like I say, I want to try and trick everyone into thinking this is a real Total War game. Obviously, I'll put in my description that it's not and stuff, but the idea is I want it to look that believable that people think it's a real Warhammer 40k Total War. Which I think if I edit it right, I might just be able to pull it off. Especially with all the detail and like the different skies as well. We could have like a really nice sky to it. Wow, that's quite a nice one. Oh, what the hell? Well, that's a bit unrealistic, isn't it? Probably use that for the bigger version of the map. Oh god, I've lost my original sky now. That was the one. The square lizard, do you remember that? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that again, to be honest. It'd be pretty cool to move back to that at some point as well. But the goal is definitely to not just do Army Men content forever. I mean, I do love Army Men and stuff, but we're sort of running out of ideas of what to do with Army Men. It'd be nice to branch out into some other series. I mean, we have branched out into a lot of other series, to be honest, but it's just sort of maintaining the interest. And people sort of get bored after a short while. Let's do that, and then what you do is you just have like a door. Oh, there's a cactus in the way. So I know the cactuses look really big, but remember everything on here is like it's like a representation of what's on the ground, isn't it? So just to make this a little bit more interesting now, we can find a more civilian looking wall. What's more civilian looking? That's part of a building, I believe. I'm just going to save that really quick, just in case it crashes. Do we have like any fences or anything? Won't mind finding a little fence or something. Like a little... Oh, that wall's even cooler. Damn. So we've got these little oh look, a platform. That's what we needed up there, wasn't it, really? I'll keep that there just in case I lose it. Yeah, I could do with a platform. Maybe a dock as well. Like maybe bring the city round onto this part here, so the city stretches from there over. I think we need more buildings. I think that would be more interesting. So definitely have more buildings. Jobs are good in. Starting to come along nicely. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll definitely put some screenshots in the Discord, and we can see this sort of progress over time. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to end the stream here, but we'll definitely start streaming more, and I'm going to work on some videos. I've got a video ready at the moment. In what did I play? I forgot what I played now. Total Tank Simulator. I've been playing a bit of that, and I've recorded some of that, but obviously indie games don't really do that well on this channel. I mean, obviously the more we play something, the better it will do, but what I'll do is I'll probably edit that later and get that uploaded tonight, and continue to work on this. And if you guys fancy it, we can probably stream again tomorrow or the day after, and hopefully I'll have a bit more of this map done as well, so I'll be able to show you some different areas. And after that we can sort of start writing the lore of this little island that we've made and bring it to life with some battles. So anyway, thank you all for watching. It's been nice talking to you all, and I'll see you all in the next one.